So this isn't Lafungo and Jay. This is going to be KVD and Lafungo. There's a rule in play where whoever chooses the character first can have that character. There is no preference for player 1 or player 2 getting picks. And I wonder if that's Lafungo navigating straight to Bowser just to kind of mess with Carol a little bit. Yep, it looks like it is. Carol, player 1, Lafungo, player 2. Lafungo basically instantly went to Bowser while Carol was tapping on his phone. That kind of forces Carol to play with DK, who is not his favourite of the two identical characters who are our sprite swaps.
Now, Carol could have put in an objection and brought that back to a coin flip, yes?
No. The rules state whoever chooses first gets it.
Oh!
It's a you snooze, you lose situation on character choice.
Yeah.
Because the characters are identical, there is no advantage to being one over the other than just personal preference of the sprite. Player 1 and player 2 are dictated. Those can be changed if both players agree to swap. So we've got Carol in an infinite boost there. Let's caught him right back up. So both players going infinite boosting. So if you charge an MBT boost and then drive that boost over the zipper, you get put into a permanent boost state. Though in match race with DK Bowser, you're kind of forced to exit out of the permanent boost state at the hairpin because you're too fast to actually be able to drive around it in that state. It is possible with other characters to take a very wide sweeping arc and continue that infinite boost through to the end of lap 5. Wow, this is going to be a very interesting finish. It's advantage Carol. Oh, that long boost so nearly hit the fenner. That was a display of just, yeah, that was fantastic. Both getting the zoom stock. Carol gets the mushroom. Oh, kind of avoided the red, but probably lost just as much time in avoiding it as he would have just taking the hit. So, a bit of separation between the two at the moment.
Mushroom there for KVD, decides not to long boost, so. Must have had a big slowdown.
Yeah, this is going to be a final lap shootout. Let's see what items we get here. That
just held on to the green.
And Carol takes the trip to Jarmu's private pool.
And we have it all level. Right, just quickly while we're waiting for selection. In 9 to 12 place at the moment, it's Patrick, Mark D, Shores, and Marky. Chris is in 7th, MVH is in 8th. So there's still a lot to play for in this last round of matches.
So quite a big lead here in GV3.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see if he tries to wall tick long boosting.
No, he's just gonna dirty the zipper.
It's interesting that he chooses not to do that. Quite often you'll see players in group stage matches just try for it on all 5 laps just so that they're kind of semi-comfortable for doing it when it counts later on.
I was actually very surprised that he didn't stick that banana down by the zipper. Just to give kind of double insurance against it. But Lafungo's hit the green anyway now, so coming to be lapped. Now he'll do the tick.
I'm kind of more of the view that if you're in first place, leave the track as easy for yourself as possible. Like, so with that banana, I would have just chucked it straight off the screen. Like, I don't want to be making that section of the track more difficult than it already is.
That's true, but with something like that zipper, why? It's the other player that needs to catch up to time. So unless you're super confident on making it every single time, dirt you and
It's
make your
still
player
quite
struggle.
it's still quite difficult to get around that section without driving over the zipper at all. You want to make the zipper difficult enough that it makes long boosting hard, but not so difficult that you can't just like drive over it still.
Whack when it's possible. We have announcement from Tiff. Tiff has stated that Tiff would have won this.
What, the wooden spoon?
Right, he just said Tiff would have won this. I cannot confirm nor deny anything that's going on in Tiff's mind at the moment. Oh,
I think there's just a soundtrack which goes tiff, 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 tiff. Right, so this time it's Lafungo out to a nice little lead.
yeah.
Carl demonstrating some nice star driving. Hardest part probably of star driving is the transition where the star runs out.
And then you kind of slide to one side.
You want to know where to activate your star so that it'll finish when you're on a slight straightaway. If you have it finish mid-corner, you are going to crash. 2-2.
So,
Nice race.
honourable 2-2 draw. That puts both on 19 points, which means we could see them on collision course again, depending on how Mario 86 does. We could see them on collision course in the winners' semi-finals.
Right, what is that an image of? Oh, Lafungo ruins it.